Welcome to Dark Knight Films Reviews and another Hammer Productions night. Tonight, I will be reviewing The Camp on Blood Island from 1958, directed by Val Guest, from a script by John Manship White, starring Andre Morell, Carl Mohner, Edward Underdown, Phil Brown, Barbara Shelley, Michael Goodliffe, Michael Gwynn, Marne Maitland, Ronald Radd, Richard Wordsworth, and Mary Merrall. Now, this is a very interesting World War II prison camp film, kind of in the vein of films like Stalag 17 and The Great Escape. And it's got some great performances in it. However, the film, much like some of these Hammer films that have Japanese characters in it, they're played by British actors, and of course, in this one for sure, they are going way more the Japanese stereotype talk and everything in there. It's just, especially Marne Maitland's Captain Sakamura. I mean, he really talks with this really stereotypical Japanese American manner of speaking.
Faster! Faster! Most soon you will be able to rest.
As does Wolf Morris as the interpreter for Colonel Yamamitsu. Now, Colonel Yamamitsu, although Ronald Radd doesn't look like he's Japanese, him and the interpreter, Wolf Morris, do actually nail their Japanese when they're speaking Japanese language, because Colonel Yamamitsu doesn't actually speak in a English, trying to speak English with a Japanese accent. He sounds, like he's just a Japanese commandant in here. But that, with Marne Maitland and those little scenes with Wolf Morris speaking in English and doing that Japanese American accent thing that they're doing in here, that is not aged well at all. But performances elsewhere around the board, Andre Morell, I would say his Colonel Lambert character is as good a performance as James Garner and Steve McQueen in The Great Escape, and as great a performance as William Holden in Stalag 17. He is amazing in this. Awesome performance by Andre Morell. Now, if you haven't already known, I've already had Andre Morell on my top 10 Hammer actors. And if you haven't seen that list, check the link above and check that out. I'm really proud of that list and how it turned out. But his performance is really good. Carl Mohner is playing a character that they call Dutch in here, and he's pretty good too. He's good. But the real standouts are Phil Brown as Commander Peter Bellamy. Phil Brown would have more success in 1977 when he played the role of Uncle Owen in Star Wars. And of course, Barbara Shelley as Kate Keller. Now, you also have some other smaller performances that are really good as well, like Michael Gwynn as Tom Shields, and Richard Wordsworth as Dr. Robert Keeler, the husband to Barbara Shelley's character. And this was Barbara Shelley's first film with Hammer prior to her doing any of the horror stuff where she's playing a major role. Now, she was in one other Hammer film where she played like an extra basically in it. So I don't count that one. But yeah, this was her first pretty major role in a Hammer film. And you can see why they were high on her and carried her over for their horror films and many of their other films. Because she is just a great actress. And speaking of, Andre Morell and everything, Barbara Shelley was on my list too for the top 10 Hammer actors. So, but Val Guest directs this pretty good. I mean, like I said, this thing, it really is very similar in the same vein as films like The Great Escape and Stalag 17. So if you like those films, you'll probably enjoy this one. Just remember to keep in mind that some of the Japanese characters are very stereotyped. But my final review of The Camp on Blood Island from 1958, I'm going to give this film a 8.4 out of 10. It is one of, I don't think it's as good as The Steel Bayonet, but it's still a pretty damn good war film. Even though it's a prison camp film. And that's totally different than an actual war film. So Steel Bayonet had a big advantage over Camp on Blood Island, because you're pretty much limited when you're in a camp setting like that. So, but what do you guys think of this film? Do you agree with my review? Do you disagree? Let me know in those comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to click that bell icon so you can be notified about future videos just like this one. And while you're by the subscribe button, click that join button and become a Dark Knight fan.
Well, that's it for another Hammer Productions night. If you missed last week's Hammer Productions night, check out the link up here to get caught up on that one. Or if you missed any of the other Hammer Productions night, be sure and check out the playlist right here to get caught up on any of them that you have missed.